Hey there, love. Welcome to Viornachannel. Take a seat, get cozy. Because here, every story carries a feeling, and every feeling holds a meaning. Today, we'll explore a story about parental love. A love that sometimes feels unfair. But maybe it's just expressed in different ways. Let's dive into the story, only on Viorna. Have you ever felt like your parents loved your sibling more than they loved you? Take a deep breath. In this world, love doesn't always look fair through our eyes. Sometimes, one child feels cherished, while the other is left wondering in silence. But is it truly unequal love? Or perhaps, it's love expressed in a way we just don't understand yet? Welcome to Viornachannel. Today, we're diving into a story that touches many hearts. A story about parental love. Not always fair, but always present in its own way. She woke up early that morning. Rubbing her sleepy eyes, she quietly set the table. Not because anyone told her to, but because, deep down, she just wanted to be noticed. In the other room, her mom was busy buttoning up her younger sister's school uniform. Hugs and laughter filled the air. She watched from a distance, silent, but never complaining. At school, she wasn't the smartest, nor the loudest. But she tried. She tried to be good, hoping maybe, just maybe, there would be something she could make her parents proud of. Coming home, she tiptoed through the door. Her sister was already there, excitedly sharing her test results. Their mom cheered and hugged her tightly. She smiled quietly, pretending not to care. But deep inside, her heart longed for a hug, too. Her birthday came. No candles, no cake, just the sound of her mother in the kitchen, preparing for her sister's celebration next week. She wasn't jealous out of hate, but out of hunger for love. She missed the feeling of being held, missed hearing the words, "I'm proud of you." But that night, when everyone had gone to bed, she saw her mother alone in the kitchen, holding an old photo, eyes filled with quiet tears. Maybe her mother was tired. Maybe she simply didn't see everything her daughter did. But that didn't mean she didn't care. And in that moment, the little girl finally understood. A parent's love doesn't always show in obvious ways, but it's there hidden in their silence, their sacrifice, and their prayers. The next morning, she woke up with a softer heart, still hoping, but now, starting to understand. That being a child isn't just about asking for love. Sometimes, it's also about learning to forgive. At some point, she stopped asking, "No more, look at me." No more, "Do you love me?" She stopped trying to be noticed. Not out of strength, but because she was tired. She laughed less, stayed in her room longer. And when her mom asked how her day was, she'd simply say, "Fine." But the truth was far from fine. Inside, she carried a storm of feelings. Confusion, sadness, and the quiet ache of being invisible. She wasn't angry, just deeply, deeply disappointed. She started finding comfort elsewhere, with friends, books, or just the safety of her own thoughts. Home became a place where her body lived, but not her heart. And yet, every time she passed by the kitchen and saw her mother's back, still busy, still tired, a small part of her hoped, maybe today, she'll notice me. But no words ever came out. Not because she didn't want to speak, but because she no longer believed it would change anything. Still, deep inside, there was love. Unspoken, buried, but never gone. Because no matter how far a child drifts, somewhere in their heart, they always carry home. Sometimes, it's not that parents don't care. They just don't know how to show it the way we need. And maybe, children need to learn to speak, And parents? To learn how to listen. Sometimes, the one who seems distant is the one who loves the deepest in silence. And love doesn't always come as hugs, it often hides in quiet sacrifices. Back then, the child felt forgotten. They wondered silently, why was I never held like them? Why was my birthday just another day? But time passed. Slowly, the fog of hurt began to lift, and the child started to see. Their parents never stopped loving them. They just loved differently. One child was stronger, more independent. The other often sick, emotionally fragile, needing more care. That's why the visible love leaned that way. But it didn't mean the love was divided. It simply meant attention was given based on need. Now, that child no longer carries anger. They just want to embrace their parents and whisper, "I'm sorry. I didn't understand before." And on the other side, behind aging eyes and tired hands, the parent silently thinks, "I'm sorry. I couldn't be fair to both." But that's the nature of family love. It's not always perfect, but it's always there. When two hearts finally understand each other, what once felt like wounds becomes warmth, and all the unanswered questions finally make sense. We wait for our parents to say sorry, but forget, maybe they're waiting for us to come home. That night, I came home earlier than usual. No one knew. No one was waiting. And there she was, Mom, sitting quietly in the living room, staring at our family photo, its colors slowly fading. She gently touched my face in the picture and whispered, "The strong child always looks the furthest away, but I know his heart feels the loneliest." In that moment, my heart shattered. All this time, I judged what I could see, but love sometimes hides behind silence, behind strict words, or in the absence of attention we thought we needed. I remember when my little brother was sick for a week. Mom barely slept. Dad sold his old motorbike quietly, and I, being healthy, was told to be independent. I thought they forgot me, but maybe they believed I could survive on my own. Now I understand. What looked like favoritism was often love, distributed by need, not measured by equality. Today, I don't ask to be treated the same anymore. I just want to understand, because maybe they too were trying their best, in a role they were never fully prepared for. I forgive not because it didn't hurt, but because I want to return with a whole, peaceful heart. Because at the end of their days, they no longer need to hear who was loved more. They just need to feel that we came back. Not all love is loud. Not every hug is given. Sometimes, love is trust, in silence. If you ever felt left out, perhaps they believed you were strong enough to stand alone. Don't wait for time to run out. Go home. Listen to them. Look into their eyes. Maybe love was always there, just never spoken. Thank you for spending your time with Viornachannel today. If this story touched your heart, leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe because we believe life becomes more meaningful when we share. See you in the next story. Thank you, and take care of your heart.